This isn't just another list of bikes. This is a treasure map. Hidden in plain sight are 15 dirt cheap machines that can easily outlast bikes costing 10 times more. These are the reliable underdogs. The ones that start every morning, eat up thousands of miles, and still sell for pocket change. Some are so overlooked that even seasoned riders forget they exist, yet they're waiting in garages, barns, and classifieds right now. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly which hidden gems could be yours before everyone else catches on. Number 15. Honda CB Hornet 160R. In the busy streets of India, one machine quietly carved its name as the people's champion, the Honda CB Hornet 160R. Born as a commuter but blessed with sporty spirit, this motorcycle became the definition of affordable reliability. Its air-cooled single-cylinder engine delivers about 15 horsepower and nearly 10 pound-feet of torque, just enough to zip through city traffic while keeping fuel economy incredibly high. Riders regularly see more than 60 miles per gallon, making this one of the most economical daily rides available. Weighing only about 330 pounds, the Hornet feels feather-light, with a seat height just under 32 inches. That means almost anyone can swing a leg over it and feel at home instantly. Built with Honda's signature durability, the Hornet often racks up tens of thousands of miles with little more than routine oil changes and chain adjustments. Owners in India swear by its ability to take daily abuse, potholes, heat, rain, dust, and keep buzzing like the name suggests. The best part? Price. A brand new Honda CB Hornet 160R still sells in Asian markets for under $2,000. In the used market, you can easily find clean examples for under $1,200, a true bargain for something that lasts this long. But if you think this is the cheapest reliable gem, wait until you see the next machine, a small 𝐑𝐈 warrior from Japan that has conquered roads far beyond its size. Number 14. Kawasaki Versys-X 300. If ever a motorcycle earned the title of hidden treasure, it's the Kawasaki Versys-X 300, an adventure bike built on the simple Ninja 300 parallel twin. This lightweight explorer balances affordability, reliability, and genuine capability in a way few bikes ever have. At just about 385 pounds wet, with a seat height around 32.1 inches, it's manageable for new riders, yet comfortable enough for taller ones. That small twin engine puts out about 39 horsepower and 20 pound-feet of torque, enough to cruise highways at 70 miles per hour all day without strain. Riders regularly report ranges of over 250 miles thanks to its 4.5-gallon fuel tank. Price is where it becomes irresistible. A brand new Versys-X 300 still sells for about $6,000 in the United States, but used examples can be picked up between $3,500 and $4,500. That's a tiny price for a motorcycle that has been proven on global journeys. ADV bikes are usually big, heavy, and intimidating. The Versys-X proves you don't need a giant engine to taste adventure. It's proof that sometimes small is smart. And the next bike in this lineup takes that idea in an even stranger direction. Number 13. Honda XR 150L. When Honda designed the XR 150L, they weren't chasing speed or glory. They were building a bike for work and survival. Across Brazil, the Philippines, and much of Asia, this small dual-purpose machine became the champion of the people. Farmers, students, and adventurers all relied on it because the XR isn't just affordable, it's nearly unbreakable. Weighing in at roughly 282 pounds with a 32-inch seat height, it's light, manageable, and ready for both dirt and pavement. The front long travel suspension soaks up potholes and gravel, while the rear rack often carries everything from tools to groceries. Price? New. The XR 150L costs just around $2,500 in markets like Brazil. Used examples often change hands for as little as $1,500, a fraction of what riders spend on so-called ADV machines. Yes, we're just getting started. If you do, kindly support us by liking this video and subscribing to our channel. There are many more videos like this one. This bike proves that sometimes the most reliable partner is the one you barely notice until you realize it never fails. And while the XR thrives on being invisible, our next bike has no problem drawing eyes, blending retro style with new age practicality. Number 12. Royal Enfield Hunter 350. The Royal Enfield Hunter 350 is proof that reliability doesn't have to look boring. Introduced as one of Enfield's most affordable modern machines, the Hunter brings classic British style with Indian practicality. Think of it as a youngster in a family of legends. Lighter, leaner, but still carrying the heart of the bullet. Weighing about 380 pounds, with a seat height just over 31 inches, the Hunter feels accessible to almost every rider. Fuel economy hovers around 70 miles per gallon, and with its small tank, you can still stretch over 200 miles before needing a refill. Here's where it shines: price. Brand new in India, the Hunter sells for under $2,500. Export models run closer to $4,500. But in the used market, early editions are already appearing around $3,000. With Royal Enfield rapidly expanding dealer networks and parts support worldwide, this bike is becoming an affordable retro daily rider that you can actually live with. The Hunter is growing in reputation, but the real question is, will it last like its bullet ancestor? That debate is still open. And up next, we'll step into another underdog that has already proven itself in the harshest conditions imaginable. Number 11. Kawasaki Ninja 400. When riders talk about affordable sport bikes that actually last, the Kawasaki Ninja 400 always comes up. First launched in 2018, this machine has become a legend in the entry-level sport bike class because it mixes speed, reliability, and comfort in a way that few bikes in its price bracket can match. Powered by a parallel twin engine making about 47 horsepower, the Ninja 400 is quick enough for highways, but still tame enough for daily commuting. Its curb weight sits around 375 pounds, making it light and agile, perfect for new riders or experienced ones who just want a no-nonsense thrill. Pricing makes it even more appealing. A brand new Ninja 400 goes for around $5,700 in the US, while used models in good condition can be found between $4,000 and $5,000. That makes it one of the cheapest true sport bikes that will not let you down. And here's the twist. Despite its popularity, it is often overlooked because riders assume all sport bikes are fragile and high maintenance. The Ninja 400 proves the opposite. Strong, reliable, and affordable. But if the Ninja feels too serious, the next bike keeps things smaller, cheaper, and a lot more fun. Number 10. Benelli TNT 135. At first glance, the Benelli TNT 135 looks like a toy. Tiny wheels, small frame, almost like a mini moto. But beneath that playful design is a surprisingly capable and reliable little machine. Built through Benelli's partnership with Qianjiang in China, the TNT 135 is a dirt cheap way to get into motorcycling while still having a solid engine and strong build. It runs on a 135cc single-cylinder engine that makes about 13 horsepower. Now that may not sound like much, but because the bike weighs only about 260 pounds, it feels snappy and fun in the city. Riders describe it as pure smiles per gallon. The fuel tank holds about 2 gallons, but with mileage close to 90 miles per gallon, you will not be stopping for fuel often. One of its greatest advantages is price. In most markets, you can get a brand new TNT 135 for around $3,000, while used examples often fall under $2,000. That is ridiculously cheap for a bike with proper suspension, disc brakes, and solid part support. The TNT may not be built for highways or touring, but for short trips, back roads, or learning the ropes, it is a gem. Many riders skip it because of its size, but those who own one know the secret. Small bikes often bring the biggest fun. And speaking of small but legendary, the next machine is not about sporty thrills or playful design. It is about being the lifeline of entire communities. Number 9. Honda CG 125. The Honda CG 125 is one of those bikes you buy when you want something that never quits. Born as a standard commuter, this little machine has become legendary for its bulletproof simplicity, decade after decade. And when you ride one, you're riding a piece of motorcycling history. At its heart is a 124cc, air-cooled, 4-stroke, single-cylinder OHV engine that makes about 11 horsepower at around 9,000 RPM with torque close to 9 Newton meters, about 7 pound-feet. No fancy fuel injection in most markets, no complex electronics to fail. Just a simple 5-speed gearbox, chain drive, and reliable brakes, drum or disc, depending on year. Dry weight is around 250 pounds, seat height about 30.7 inches, with a fuel tank holding over 2 gallons. New, the CG125 sells for about $400,000. Used models, expect between $2,500 and $3,000 US, depending on year and condition. If you want a motorcycle that starts every time, drinks little fuel, and rides forever, the Honda CG125 is hard to beat. And while the HLX is about rugged survival, the next bike in our list brings us back into retro charm with a surprising modern twist. Number 8. Yamaha MT-03. When it comes to small but mighty motorcycles, the Yamaha MT-03 deserves way more credit than it usually gets. Part of Yamaha's Master of Torque lineup, this bike takes the bones of the R3 sport bike, but strips it down into a naked machine that is light, agile, and built to last. For riders who want the thrill of a sporty twin without breaking the bank, this is a hidden gem. Under the tank sits a 321cc parallel twin engine that pumps out around 42 horsepower. That may not sound huge, but combined with its weight of just 370 pounds, the MT-03 rockets through city streets with ease and can still cruise comfortably at highway speeds. Riders consistently praise it for being smooth, forgiving, and fun. A bike that works just as well for beginners as it does for riders stepping down from something bigger. Fuel economy hovers near 70 miles per gallon, making it wallet-friendly on long commutes. The seat height is 30.7 inches, accessible for most riders while still feeling roomy enough. Maintenance is simple, parts are everywhere, and Yamaha's build quality means this bike is not one that will spend time at the mechanic. Price? Brand new. The MT-03 costs around $5,500. Used models can be found between $3,500 and $4,500, depending on mileage and year. That puts it firmly in the affordable but premium zone, with a reputation for longevity that makes it a bargain. The MT-03 is not just a commuter. It is a bike that makes everyday rides exciting. For those who want modern looks, reliable performance, and a machine that will not quit, this is one of the best-kept secrets. But if you thought this bike was light and easy, wait until you meet Honda's take on a true featherweight naked machine. Number 7. Honda CB 300R. The Honda CB 300R is one of the lightest and most fuel-efficient bikes in the small naked class, yet it is constantly overlooked. Styled with Honda's NEO Sports Cafe design, it brings retro cues into a modern frame, delivering a unique look and an even better ride. This bike runs on a 286cc single-cylinder engine that produces just over 30 horsepower. Thanks to its tiny curb weight of only 370 pounds, it feels lively and responsive, perfect for weaving through city streets or cruising back roads. Riders often describe it as the sweet spot between a basic commuter and a full sport bike. It has enough punch to keep you entertained, but not so much that it intimidates. Fuel economy is astonishing, often above 70 miles per gallon, making it one of the most efficient bikes in its category. The seat height is 30.7 inches, very approachable for shorter riders while still comfortable for taller ones. Honda engineering guarantees long-term durability, and because it shares parts with other CB models, maintenance is straightforward and cheap. The CB 300R also wins when it comes to pricing. Brand new, it costs around $5,000, while used examples are widely available between $3,000 and $4,000. That makes it one of the cheapest ways to own a truly modern Honda that still feels premium. And as good as this featherweight is, the next bike on our list takes us back to something a bit more retro, proof that classic charm can still ride strong in today's world. Number 6. Honda Rebel 300. The Honda Rebel 300 is one of those bikes that quietly became a legend for beginners and veterans alike. With its low seat, easy handling, and bulletproof Honda engineering, it proves that simplicity is often the strongest foundation. Riders who start with this bike often keep it for years because it is so dependable, versatile, and surprisingly fun. At its heart is a 286 cubic centimeter single-cylinder engine producing around 27 horsepower. That may not sound massive, but paired with its incredibly light weight of 364 pounds, the Rebel moves with agility and confidence. It is a bike built for new riders, but it has enough torque to keep experienced ones smiling. Add in a 6-speed gearbox, and the Rebel cruises comfortably on highways while sipping fuel at nearly 70 miles per gallon. Brand new, the Honda Rebel 300 sells for around $5,100. On the used market, Clean examples can be found between $3,000 and $4,000. Considering the Rebel's resale value and long life, it remains one of the best bargains for entry-level and casual cruisers. The Honda Rebel 300 may not roar like a big V-twin, but it is a bike that always starts, always delivers, and always keeps riders coming back. But if the Rebel is the steady American teacher, the next bike is its Indian cousin, one that mixes old-school charm with modern durability. Number 5. Royal Enfield Classic 350. Few motorcycles have as much soul as the Royal Enfield Classic 350. It is a bike that looks straight out of a war movie, yet underneath the vintage styling is a surprisingly modern and reliable single that has won the hearts of riders across the world. The Classic 350 runs on a 350cc single-cylinder engine that makes around 20 horsepower. It is not about speed, it is about character. The steady thump of the motor, the relaxed riding position, and the timeless design make this one of the most charming motorcycles on the road today. Despite its old-school vibe, the bike is easy to live with. Fuel economy averages around 70 miles per gallon, and the seat height of 31 inches makes it approachable for a wide range of riders. Weighing in at 420 pounds, it feels solid but not overwhelming, perfect for daily use or long weekend rides. Brand new, the Classic 350 costs just under $5,000. On the used market, older versions are available for as low as $2,500 to $3,500. With this bike, you are not just buying transport, you are buying history that still runs strong. The Royal Enfield Classic 350 is living proof that simple engineering paired with cult status creates a motorcycle that will never fade away. And if this retro thumper feels timeless, wait until you see the next machine, a sleeper sport bike that brings speed, reliability, and affordability together like few others. Number 4. Yamaha SR400. Few bikes scream retro perfection like the Yamaha SR400. Introduced back in the late 70s, this machine has remained essentially unchanged for decades, and that is its magic. With an air-cooled single-cylinder engine, kickstart simplicity, and an old-school thumper charm, the SR400 is about as bulletproof as motorcycles get. Power comes from a 400cc single that delivers a modest 24 horsepower. That may not impress on paper, but ask anyone who has owned one, and they will tell you these bikes are timeless. They routinely pass 100,000 miles with only basic care. Part of that comes from the fact that fewer moving parts mean fewer things to break. Weighing in at just 384 pounds with a seat height of 30.9 inches, the SR400 is approachable yet authentic. It is not a fast machine, but it is an honest one, and riders who own them often call it a forever bike. Maintenance is dirt cheap, and parts remain easy to source because of its cult following. Price-wise, this bike is a steal. In markets where it is still sold new, it hovers around $6,000. On the used market, especially in the US and Europe, solid examples can be found between $3,000 and $4,500. Considering its longevity, that is almost nothing. The SR400 is not about speed, it is about soul, and it is about a simple machine that asks for little but gives you decades of riding in return. And while this retro thumper proves less can be more, we're about to enter the top legends category. The bikes you should get, no matter what. If you want to know what they are, why not like this video and support us by subscribing to our channel? You'll never regret it. Now, let's get into it. Number 3. Honda CB500F. Honda's CB500F might be the most overlooked middleweight of the last decade. A naked roadster with a smooth parallel twin, it is designed to be cheap to run, easy to ride, and strong enough to handle daily commuting or long trips without ever complaining. At its core is a 471cc parallel twin that produces 47 horsepower and 32 pound-feet of torque. Paired with a curb weight of 490 pounds, it is not a rocket, but it is perfectly balanced. Riders consistently describe it as smooth, predictable, and easy on both fuel and maintenance. The CB500F returns nearly 70 miles per gallon and has a seat height of 30.3 inches, making it one of the most accessible mid-size motorcycles on the market. This combination of efficiency and approachability has made it a go-to for commuters, learners, and even seasoned riders who want something that just works every single day. Pricing is another reason this bike deserves more love. Brand new, it sells around $6,500. Used models can easily be found between $3,000 and $5,000, often with low mileage thanks to its role as a first bike. But if Honda's twin is the quiet achiever, the next Suzuki shows how a V-twin can make practicality feel exciting. Number 2. Suzuki SV650. The Suzuki SV650 is one of those bikes that everyone seems to forget about until they ride one. Known as the Swiss Army knife of motorcycles, it is versatile, affordable, and surprisingly durable. With its V-twin heart, the SV650 brings character and grunt while still being one of the cheapest mid-sized machines to run. The 645cc V-twin produces around 75 horsepower and 50 pound-feet of torque, giving it far more excitement than most budget bikes. Yet with a weight of just 430 pounds, it is manageable for nearly anyone. This balance of performance and usability has made it a cult classic since its launch in the late 90s. Fuel economy averages 50 miles per gallon, and the seat height sits at 30.9 inches, keeping it approachable. What really makes the SV shine, though, is its reliability. Countless owners have clocked over 100,000 miles on these engines without issue. Many of them are still daily riders 2 decades later, proof of how overbuilt this machine really is. Price? Used SVs can be found anywhere from $2,500 to $4,500 depending on condition. Even brand new models barely cross $7,000, making it one of the best power-to-value deals in the market. The Suzuki SV650 proves you do not need deep pockets for big smiles. But if the SV is about character and endurance, the Kawasaki Z400 brings modern flair to the affordable naked category. Number 1. Kawasaki Z400. The Kawasaki Z400 is a modern naked sport bike that blends lightweight agility with real-world reliability. Built off the same platform as the famous Ninja 400, it strips away the fairings for a clean upright machine that is perfect for both new riders and veterans wanting a cheap, fun commuter. Powered by a 398cc parallel twin, the Z400 pumps out around 47 horsepower. Combine that with a curb weight of just 363 pounds, and you have a bike that feels flickable, responsive, and surprisingly capable even on the highway. Brand new, the Z400 costs around $5,600. On the used market, it can often be found between $3,500 and $4,500, a bargain considering the fun per dollar it offers. The Kawasaki Z400 is the definition of an underrated gem, light, cheap, modern, and built to last. Today we uncovered 15 machines that prove you do not need to spend a fortune for reliability, simplicity, and true motorcycling joy. From small Indian commuters to Japanese middleweights and European underdogs, every single one of these bikes has earned its place as a trusted companion on the road. Before you head out, click on the next video waiting for you, because if you thought these underrated gems were impressive, the next list will blow your mind with bikes that have survived million-mile odometers. If you enjoyed this ride, smash that like button, hit subscribe for more lists just like this.